a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day. Whew, in the neighborhood, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Would you be my neighbor? We have had record-breaking temperatures. And just trying to plug in here. In Buffalo. So that's how you know I'm live. I'm trying to plug in my computer at the same time.
You're gonna say you got it and then become.
I got it. 60 comes. It's not as easy to bend over these chairs. Hey everybody, welcome to another.
That's me.
Is that me? Okay. Welcome to another edition. I got a lot. We have a lot to unpack today. Of course, we've got a lot to unpack today. Mm-hmm. We're gonna start. We're going right. Well, first of all, let me say congrats to April Baskin, first black woman elected to serve in the state Senate representing our area. Say congratulations to soon-to-be Judge McDuffie. Big ups to him. Mm-hmm. Of course, to Senator Kennedy and the Majority Leader Crystal Peoples-Stokes. County, what was who ran
it? Was Lawrence Dupree, I think.
Lawrence Dupree.
He was the only one up this year.
Congratulations to everybody, Lottie Dottie and everybody. It's not easy. I'm a living witness to run an election. And so when they win, we ought to congratulate them, especially on the local level. I don't know. And we're going to talk a little bit about mental health because some folks are, y'all, they're losing it.
Off the rocker.
Losing it. And, I mean, you could be disappointed. I can't tell nobody how to feel. I'm just trying to figure out my own feelings. But at the end of the day, so I as the numbers were coming in, and I could clearly see that maybe my choice wasn't going to win. All I did was change the channel. I was like, I ain't cry. I didn't lose. I ain't lose no sleep.
Let me tell you, you didn't lose any sleep. I went to sleep.
You went to sleep? Yeah.
I went to sleep. I think shortly after we talked, I was sitting in the chair and just dozed right off, and then around 1, I was like, I ain't even checked to see whoever won. I just went to bed.
Yeah, I had no idea when I woke up and looked and saw that soon to be president, Trump had won. I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah. I was more surprised, and we talk about the real issues here. I was surprised at the school board race.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, because it's only 3 seats, right?
Yep, 3 seats were up.
It's very rare that an incumbent does not retain the seat.
Yes, absolutely. And only one incumbent retained his seat, Lawrence Scott. And I think it was only him and Terrence Hurd were the incumbents running. But, only one retained their seats.
Okay, you're going to have to read me comments because our Facebook computer is going off. But I do want to say this in all respect, because losing a race is not an easy thing. But I do want to say thank you to Terrence Hurd for his years of service on the school board. Because people are funny. They'll use you when you're there.
Yep.
But then you go, you lose a race, and it's like, oh, forget you, and nobody acknowledges it. Nobody thanks you for not many people. So I want to be that one to say thank you to him for his service to our children, and praying for those who are elected. And as April Baskin reminded me at the banquet when she first won. She was feeling some type of way, and I'm talking about back when she first won. She was feeling some type of way because I had everybody, she said, was texting her congratulations, and I didn't. I text serve the people.
Yep.
And she was like, why did we say that? And later she understood what I meant, she said. And it wasn't out of disrespect.
Nope.
I just think that anybody who's elected, don't make the election about yourself.
Yes.
Make it about the people that you serve.
Absolutely.
And that's bottom line. I used to tell people, contractors come to me, oh, show me a project. I said, let me tell you this. Oh, I like this. But if the people
don't,
then I said, then I'm not going to like it.
Nope.
If the people who put me there say we don't like it. Now, I ain't talking about people just want to scream and holler. I'm talking about the people who were really putting in the work, the people who cared, the people who attended meetings, and you know, you don't like it, I don't like it.
And I will say, I think you and even trickle down when I started, I think we set a precedent citywide.
Yes,
because developers knew. Hey, before we go to the council, hey, we've already had community meetings.
Yep.
Here comes the block club support.
Yep.
We already know where the opposition is coming from.
Yep.
So I think that is one of the lasting impressions that we still left on the council.
Absolutely, and I'm grateful for that.
Yep.
And that's why I tell elected officials, serve the people.
Yep.
I also want to say this to the acting mayor of the city, and I did send him a text because he lost his brother. This week. Yeah, his brother was in a hunting accident.
Oh, I didn't know.
I think it's his oldest brother. So, you know, our prayers are with him and his family in this time. So, I don't think people know what's about to happen. Some people. I just don't. Now, okay, so this all came down to, now some people say that Harris lost. Some people say because she was African-American. Some people say African-American Indian. Some people say because she was a woman. Other people are saying that it was Biden's fault.
Yeah.
Did you read that?
I've heard it.
Where they said that it was President Biden's arrogancy.
I've heard that.
Because he wouldn't step out.
Yeah.
And so this woman ran a heck of a race for somebody who only had 100 days.
Yes.
Where they've been campaigning almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years, yeah.
She had to pick up. So for her to come in as close as she did. Now let me say this. She's going to be a multi-millionaire.
Oh, yeah, she said.
A speaking engagement.
Oh, she's
First
good.
of all, the book, speaking engagement, is going to bring her.
Yeah. She's going to make more out of office than waiting 4 years in office.
Absolutely. And I know it's not about the money.
But it is.
But bruh, she might be a little disappointed for a night. Weeping may endure for a night.
But January 1?
Hey. Joy is coming when she's
January 21st.
in first class on her way to Duke and Yale, and they paying her a speaking fee of $100,000. And she ain't gonna hurt the rest of her life.
Yeah, January 20th, when you leaving the Naval Observatory, going back to California, I'm sure she's not. Oh no, I wish I could have stayed.
Now she did have a plane all to herself, but hey, ain't got to be worried. I tell you this.
She still got Secret Service the rest of her life. Yeah, it's a good life. That's a good life.
Now, does she get Secret Service?
Yeah.
The vice president? Mm-hmm. They must only get like one.
Yeah, they're not getting like that.
Yeah, because I seen Pence. He was in the airport by himself. When they did Pence so dirty. Hold on. The vice president?
I thought so.
Hold on, I'm looking
you
it up.
To check it?
Does the vice president get Secret Service for life? Oh, it came right up. Does the vice president get Secret Service? And they would have to get something, right?
I would think so.
The vice president does not automatically receive Secret Service protection for life. However, there have been changes to the protection of former vice presidents in recent years. While in office, the vice president receives mandatory Secret Service protection along with their immediate family. This protection cannot be declined while they are serving. According to the former Vice President Protection Act of 2008, former vice presidents, their spouses, and their children under 16 receive Secret Service protection for up to 6 months.
Oh, jeez.
That's jive.
Yo, that's kind of wild.
That's jive. I'll be like, listen. And then after initial 6-month period, the Secretary of Homeland Security has the authority to extend temporary protection.
Probably based on threat level.
Yep. So whatever, but she's still gonna be okay.
She's gonna be set.
She's gonna be okay. So everybody dry your weeping eyes. We're gonna talk a little bit in a little while about the mental health, and we prayed about this last night. How to live through changes. How to live through changes. How to survive. How to mentally get your head in order through changes. So we're gonna talk about that. So let me say this right away. So a company in Buffalo, Japanese company.
Yep.
The decision allegedly was not made, and I don't believe it was made by people here.
No.
The bosses here ain't want the plant to close because they eat by it also.
Absolutely.
Plant better known as Dunlap, but
Yeah.
the little name it has now, I don't even know.
Sukitomo or
Suki something, right? Mm-hmm. They close and thousands of employees are out of a job. Now, ironic that they close right at the election, right after the election.
yeah.
But I believe that was probably in the works.
Right.
But I do, now you got to realize the incoming president, so that you understand this, has said he would rather lower taxes, which means on you and me, I ain't mad, and raise tariffs, which is basically the goods and the goods coming in to the United States. He's saying if you're gonna have China send you your Temu stuff, we're gonna raise the taxes.
Yep.
So some of y'all better get as much Fashion Nova and Temu and
Shein
whatever
and
else.
all
Oh, Shein, does all that come from?
Oh, absolutely.
Y'all
Same
better
place.
listen. Y'all better double up, double up, double up.
Yep.
Because that stuff could potentially be taxed now.
Yeah.
And here's, I ain't arguing one side or the other. It is what it is. But people are like, oh, I don't care. I'd rather have this. Okay, get ready for what has been promised
Get ready.
of what's going to happen.
So and I said this, and this is probably why I didn't fall apart about the top of the ticket, because I said 2 weeks ago I think Trump was going to win. So it was no shock. I wasn't in dismay, shock and all. Where I got the most concern when I woke up Wednesday morning was the fact that the Republicans took back the Senate, and the Republicans are probably going to take back the House.
Yep.
That's the scary part. And again, when people talk about, oh, I don't trust nobody in the White House, but now you've just given this man the White House, Congress,
Yes.
and the Supreme Court.
Yes.
So there is unchecked power in Washington, D.C.
Unchecked. When I say, ain't no sense crying about it.
No, it's not. It's done.
End of the day, be active in your government,
Absolutely.
local and otherwise.
Absolutely.
Make changes. And as somebody said, it ain't the first time. Let's be honest.
No, absolutely
It
not.
ain't the first time that people of color and black folks have had to struggle to get what you wanted.
Absolutely not.
And Mark, to be quite honest, sometimes we need a jolt to the system. Because I've been saying we are worst enemies.
Yep.
We fight against us. Mm-hmm. And so this is the results.
Yeah. And to your point, I know everyone is trying to point a finger at what group did what and who didn't, and this, that, and the other. I think the most shocking number I saw, or stat or data, was 15 million voters less than Joe Biden.
Yes.
That's
crazy.
Sat home. She only got 66 million.
That's crazy.
And he got 81.
That's
so
crazy.
that's the bigger issue. Well, whoever makes up the 15 million, whoever,
Yep.
it's a toss up.
Yep.
It's 15 million people that didn't show up.
So some of the things that he has promised, and everything I'm reading you is not internet blah blah. This is documented, real stuff. Was immigration and border security.
Yep.
Implement the largest deportation
Mass.
of undocumented immigrants in U.S. history.
Yep.
Now, he says complete the border wall with Mexico that never got completed, and seal the border and stop what he calls migrant invasion. So basically, and please don't, this is going to sound, let's be honest, many of the immigrants who are here take lower paying jobs because of their skill level.
Yes.
That's changed. And I'm not
I was
saying,
going to say they do the jobs we don't want to
right.
do.
And I'm not saying that illegal immigrants should be here. Now, look, Cheektowaga just went red. You know that, right?
Oh,
Everybody.
I told you.
y'all worried about the president? You better be worried about going over that border in Buffalo and Cheektowaga.
Yeah.
Well, if you do not know this, Cheektowaga, even in the assembly,
Yep.
is now Republican.
seat.
And on their town board, they have overtaken the majority.
Yep.
And it is now Republican led.
Yep.
And the last guest we had on who was running for Cheektowaga has been fighting to have districts.
Yep.
Because there's no way, it's almost impossible for a person of color to win in Cheektowaga because they're all at large. Which means they've got to run for across the city.
And there's only
the town of
and
village.
and there's only a couple pockets
Yes.
of color
Yes.
in Cheektowaga.
Yes.
So
Local government is changing.
yep.
The federal government is changing, but he's talking about immigration. So there are people who have been here all of their lives, most of their lives. If they're immigrants, they haven't been here all their lives, who are undocumented, who may, like the Haitians are being treated right now in the Dominican Republic.
Yep.
They are just sweeping the streets.
Gotta go.
And if you don't have documentation, they literally jail you, take you over the border,
And drop you off.
And these are people who have never, who don't speak Creole, who don't even know how to get in touch with their family, who are dumped
Yep.
at the border on the other side, by the way.
Oh yeah, not at ours.
That's what's
And
about to happen.
and his press secretary said that's day one. That's not like the first 100 days. They said.
Now,
I mean, is it true? No.
right, but they're saying day one. But do they have time to get ready for that day one? Probably not. He didn't promise a lot in day one. Second thing is this: the economy and trade to combat inflation and make America affordable again. Now, let me just say this: I'm with him over here. I'm with him on bringing down prices.
Absolutely.
I'm with him on combating inflation. But here's what I just said. Impose tariffs on imported goods ranging from 10% to 60%, especially targeting imports from China. That's all I'm telling y'all. Darius said it. Order your stuff now. Because it's going to be easy for him to put the tariffs in place.
Yeah.
Because he has both houses.
It's going to be
So there is not even any debate.
no fight.
He calls in the leaders. He says we're gonna raise tariffs for this amount, and that way that the goods and services. People who say, well, why? Because he's saying he wants more things made in America.
Right.
Like I got you.
So until America is ready, be prepared because that still, even though, so it's the numbers game, right?
Yes.
So you bring down inflation, but with the tariffs, that amount goes back to the consumer
Yes.
another way.
Yes.
Until it starts being American made. So
Yes.
there's going to be a bump there for a little bit.
You ain't gonna. You only gonna be able to buy a shirt.
Your TV's on Good Friday going to be an extra $50.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm over here ripping on Temu and Sheen and all that.
You forgot where your TVs are made.
Mark, you just hurt my feelings with
Yeah.
that. I ain't bought an RCA and I don't know when. I ain't bought an RCA. I ain't bought none of that. Everything come with 2 languages in the box.
Yeah, sure does.
You know what?
Yeah, technology costs more for a
And
season.
you know I'm a techie. I love
I know.
stuff that plug in
I
or
know.
go by batteries.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh my! All my little Amazon stuff about to go up.
Yep.
I got to buy everything I need.
All my computers, everything. Anything you need. Get ready to go up for a season.
You know what, Mark? My feelings just got hurt. See, won't God do it? Somebody out there in Radio Land was like, he is on my sheen, honey. He on my sheen. And then the tables turned. And Darius is upset.
Yeah, it's
Because all my little gadgets,
yep.
my little bag sealer that I paid $9 for, if he raised the tariff,
all of your little stuff in the font this big.
yeah, can't read the instructions. I just bought a monitor the other day. I ain't even know how to make it work, bruh. I ain't know how to make it work. All that Chinese writing. That Chinese, Japanese, Congolese. Oh, my God. I can't even, oh, my goodness. My feelings are so hurt. Eliminate taxes on tipped income and Social Security payments. I ain't got no problem. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm pulling out the pieces.
Absolutely.
Because I'm going to be on Social Security soon.
Yeah.
Look, let's eliminate these taxes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And on people who get tips.
Tips, yeah.
See, I didn't realize.
And overtime is going to be included in that.
And overtime.
Yep.
Bruh, I'm kind of with it.
Yeah.
Because people, especially wait staff and all that,
Yeah.
who make tips, if you put the tip, I guess, like
the
on your
check.
card,
On the check, yep.
then
It gets taxed.
that's, yeah. So, let me tell you.
That's why some wait staff be like, give me cash.
I'd have somebody said, I said, I wanted to put the tip on because they had already charged it out. And they said, well, cash is preferable if you'd like, because and then I can just take it on.
Yep.
And I get it because they hustle.
Oh, yes, they do.
But I think it should be on bonuses too.
Yeah, it really
Because
should.
if you get a bonus, you get taxed the mess out of a bonus, almost half of it.
Especially if they put it in your check. Oh,
Half
that's
of
the
it.
worst.
Half
That's
of
the worst.
It's gone.
Another tax bracket.
There it is. Reduce corporate taxes.
Of course.
And end outsourcing. That ain't gonna happen
No,
all
it's
the way.
not.
We are just not prepared.
No.
And the amount that it would pass on to the consumer,
Yes, that would be insane.
it's just gonna be a wash.
First of all, you got gamers that's not giving up their PlayStation. You got, like you said, all the gadgets. I'm not giving up my Apple products and all. Yeah, stop. No.
Yep. So I'm gonna move to the next thing, but my feelings are hurt right now.
Yeah.
Because all I'm thinking about is clothes. That's all I'm thinking
It's
about.
gonna be tough. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna
I
hurt
better
for a
buy
season.
every camera.
You
And
better.
I just saw that they are trying to get out right now for Christmas, TVs that are as big as a twin bed.
Oh.
As big as a twin bed?
Now here's what's crazy, because they've already. Oh, that's insane. I can't even. I'm visualizing
I
it in
am
my
too,
space.
in my big room.
And here's the crazy part, because they've already made the TV wall so simple to install.
Yeah.
And now it's like, you're gonna give it to me in one screen. Oh.
One big as a twin bed. And now you telling me
It's gonna be $5,000.
that I'm going to have to pay tariff.
That's gonna be $5,000. Oh.
Energy and environment. And Station, I'm getting ready to come over to you for the commercials, and then we'll do some social media stuff. Energy and environment. He wants to increase domestic energy production, aiming to make America the dominant energy producer globally. I'm not mad about that. Reduce environmental regulations and support fossil fuel.
Yeah.
I'm mad about that. We don't need to go backwards on the environment.
Yeah, I mean, he's talking about canceling the DEC, canceling a lot.
Well, he's saying
yeah.
cancel the initiative for energy, for cleaner cars, electric vehicles. He like, forget that. Let's go. So those of
Keep
you
drilling.
who so that
Hey,
he gonna change that.
Hey, Pagula might not need his minority partner anymore. If he
might not.
because he fracking king.
He might not, because he gonna get Pagula probably like, yeah, winning. All right, I'm coming over to the station. We're gonna pay the bills over at the station in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
When it comes to something as personal as your clothes, you need to deal with somebody you can trust. That's why so many people turn to Hobson's Dry Cleaning, conveniently located in the heart of the community at 874 East Delavan at the corner of Wyoming.
When you take your clothes to Hobson's, you can trust that they'll be ready on time.
You can trust that your whites will be white.
You can trust that you'll always get a fair price and service with a smile.
You can even trust that you won't have to get out of your car if you don't want to. Hobson's has a drive-through window for your convenience.
Trust is what it's all about at Hobson's Dry Cleaning.
Hobson's Dry Cleaning, Your one-stop dry cleaners serving the community for over 30 years at 874 East Delavan at the corner of Wyoming. Call 891-8298. That's 891-8298.
Brian K. Lewis Funeral Home has 3 locations to serve you in Buffalo: 347 Peckham, 2258 Bailey Avenue, and Providence Memorial Chapel at 1275 Sycamore. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes offers traditional services, and they have services for all faiths. And at Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes, they have air-conditioned parlors and chapels. Financing is available, as is limousine service. At those difficult moments in your life, Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes is available where you are with counseling services. Call toll-free 877-885-7734. That's 877-885-7734. Or locally, 845-5545. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes. We are here to serve you, here to serve this present age. Call today, toll-free, 877-885-7734. Or email info@brianklewisfuneralhome.com.
Yeah, so, oh, shucks. I wanted to finish up. So he says, let's see, foreign policy. By the way, this is what I predict. United States is about to tell Ukraine, go for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the United States has told Ukraine, you can only do so much with the weapons we're giving you. You can only do so much. I believe President Biden is going to say to Ukraine, we know that when Trump comes in, he's about to step away from helping you all. So y'all go for go for what you know.
Go for what you know.
And so, yeah, it's about to be, I think he's going to take the straps off of Ukraine and anybody else who we helping and say, go for it. I think that, especially when you look at what's happening with Israel.
Yeah.
Once January comes, of course, Trump is an ally of Israel. He moved the capital. I think that's going to get really dangerous because I think that there won't be moves to settle and stop the fighting, but it'll be him saying to Israel, y'all go for it too.
Yeah.
And for Biden right now to say to Ukraine. So foreign policy, he says in the Ukraine conflict, within, listen to this, negotiations within 24 hours. Now, I mean, Mary had a little lamb.
Come on, stop.
The farmer in the Dale and the old lady who lived in the chute.
Putin has been very clear. The
Yes.
only way
Yes.
he is going to stop
Yes,
is if they say Ukraine cannot join NATO.
yes.
So unless you are getting ready to say that in the first 12, I don't think there's a conversation here.
He says he wants to disengage from foreign conflicts. Now, I've said this before. I think we need to be much more concerned about domestic and home and be assistance to other people. But what some people don't understand, most of the time, the reason we get involved in certain foreign conflicts is because of how it's going to benefit us.
Absolutely.
And how it would affect
Absolutely.
us if they were annihilated.
Absolutely. And now the interesting part with that is Republicans are generally known to go to war because of the boost to economy, because now goods and services are being sold out of America. The weapons and everything is now being sold, so that increases steel, that increases everything we produce for military is sold to these other countries. So that's a little strange to hear that he's ready to end all of the foreign conflict and that everyone was okay with that.
He wants to pardon some individuals, some for their roles in the January 6th.
All of them.
Every
single one of them.
Every one of them. The only ones who won't get a pardon is if you got a parking ticket.
Yeah.
But if you got charged,
oh, you pardon.
you free. Steve Bannon, you free. Rudy Giuliani, you
All of
free.
them.
And I think, and I don't know the courts, but it seemed like Giuliani, because he's supposed to turn over that Mercedes to the black women and his apartment, $6 million apartment in New York. and his memorabilia. Only thing the judge ain't say turn him was that hair dye.
That be running down.
That be running down his face when he sweats. The judge said, you can keep that just for men over there.
Yeah.
But other than that, can you imagine him walking up to two black women, giving it to his lawyer, so the lawyer say, here, would you keep the car or would you sell the car?
Oh, I would sell it.
I'd sell it. First of all, I would, because he even drove the car recently.
Yeah.
After the judge told him to give it to the women.
No, I'd have sold it.
Now, I'm going to tell you, I wouldn't sell it right away.
I'm
driving that for a minute.
Oh yeah, I'm getting all the pictures.
Oh,
You gonna
yeah,
see me
yeah,
ride
yeah,
down
yeah.
Broadway,
Oh, yeah.
and then I'm gonna
With the rings on
Yeah.
and with everything, I'm riding that for a minute.
Oh, speaking of victories, did you see that the Fulton County DA won re-election? The
No,
black
I
woman-
didn't.
The black woman,
Fannie?
won. Yeah, she won re-election.
Even after the YSL,
Yes.
because this is what we do. They was talking big mess.
Oh yes, they were.
Oh, Fannie.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I ain't even mad.
She won re-election.
There was a horrible trial that's still going on. Her prosecutors are horrible,
Yep.
and she was all caught up in the whole thing with the boyfriend and the husband
Trump, and the prosecutor,
Trump
and the investigators, yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell you this: those black folks in Atlanta was like,
Get ready to say,
"We done had enough."
Atlanta, stand up. Stand up, Atlanta.
I bet you Fannie woke up like, "Now what?" You know how
Right.
they just, "Now
Now
what?" What? You heard? You heard? You mad? She might. You mad?
Hey, big mad.
I wish, in some ways, Buffalo was a little like it.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Because even Raphael, Congressman,
Warnock,
you know,
yeah.
Warnock is a senator.
Yep.
Warnock had all kinds of stuff. And they tried to throw everything. Y'all remember Warnock, his baby mama was out there wilding, recording it. He come to get his kids, all that. Atlanta said, we want you.
Yep. And he the coolest cat in the book.
Coolest cat in the book.
He just.
Pastor in Martin Luther King's old church.
Yep. Come for me if you want to.
Come if you want to. Here,
Crucified.
crucify him. Crucify him.
Yeah.
Atlanta, let me move on. That made me mad. It got up under. Whoo. Atlanta, domestic policy pardon individuals, dismiss special counsel Jack Smith, who is investigating Trump's alleged attempts to overturn the 2020 election. Of course, he's going to get rid of him. Pass a record investment to hire and
We didn't even give out.
and retrain police. Strengthen protections like qualified immunity for law enforcement.
Of course he is.
And increase penalties for assaulting law enforcement. Now,
I was going to say break down because I don't think some people know what the qualify the immunity is.
basically, if you do something as a law enforcement officer, you can't be charged. But what's missing
It's what
is
they
what
do
you're
to
going to do for us, bruh.
What you do for us.
Not only are we not going to have any computers and no clothes, I ain't going outside. I ain't going outside. I ain't going outside. I'm just going to stay inside.
Yeah.
Because what this says is, I mean, if you want to do that, you got to give equal protections.
I believe absolutely. Absolutely. Because now you're basically telling law enforcement, hey, do to the people what you want and you're good.
Qualified immunity, strengthen protections, and increase penalties for assaulting law enforcement officers. I'm all with that. If you're gonna protect me too from bad officers.
Yeah, so hold on. There's so Sandra Suggs talking about the Fannie. She may have won re-election, but he is going to come for her big time. Pray for her. And even on that same note, Jomo said Trump team is now threatening Tish James to back off.
Yep.
So
he can come for her, but the good thing about it is she's not federally elected.
No.
And the people of Atlanta
re-elected.
have spoken.
Yep.
And I don't doubt that he's going to come for Tish. I don't doubt, because he's the president of the United States. But as long as the people stand up and re-elect that person, it is what it is.
Absolutely. Now, and really, like you said, sometimes it's not the things that are spouted from DC.
Mm-hmm.
It's the individuals who hear these things
Yep.
and then take martial law into their own hands
Yep.
and go do reckless
Yep.
stuff. That's where the bigger concern is, because
Absolutely.
he can't, like you said, legislatively he can't do anything to any of these prosecutors. But it's the fools that
Yep.
are in these small towns a lot of times that will take it in and take it into their own hands.
And the fact that he has control of the Supreme Court.
Just
So he can change law. Well, Supreme Court does not make laws, but they do interpret the
Yep.
laws.
Yep.
So there could be new interpretations
A whole lot of them.
of what can be done and what cannot be done. He says this, unique proposals build 10 new freedom cities on federal land to promote manufacturing and affordable living. I ain't got no problem with that. Embrace new technologies like flying cars. And okay,
Meet George Jetson.
but you want to do flying cars, but not electric cars. First of all, half these people out here can't drive on the ground.
Oh God,
Can you imagine if they 4 feet off the ground?
they be
4 feet, just 4 feet.
listen.
Levitating.
Buffalo. I listen. Speaking from someone who has to keep putting up light poles and traffic signals. Please learn how to drive before we get in the air. Please.
He wants to establish a government efficiency commission led by Elon Musk to reduce government spending.
Of course, Elon.
First of all, Elon is not going to no 9 to 5. He might come in once in a while. He gonna do like Howard Zimsky when Zimsky was working for Como. Zimsky ain't need the money,
No,
but he went in, he did his job, and came on back to Buffalo.
sure did.
First day in office, Trump claimed he would act as a dictator on his first day. He didn't say dictator, but he did specifically say, I'm going to close the border. I'm going to drill for energy. What's going on? Let me just answer and see who it is. Caller, you on there?
Yeah, I got a suggestion. I heard on that to talk about it.
Yes, sir.
Biden should resign and make Ms. Harris president and let her do what she has to do for the short period of time that they're still in power.
He should, but I promise you, Kamal, he's not.
Listen, I
He
just
should.
The idea, you know?
Yeah.
I just
Go ahead.
here's
Thanks, Kamal.
Here's what's funny. I just saw that on social media. I think either last night or this morning, and it was like, if he does it, then Trump has to go redo all his merchandise because he's now the 48th president, not the 47th. And people started to run with it, but it would be interesting. I mean, it would still make her for 1 month, make history. So
I got so much to say to that when you're not on the air. It's important to know while these are promises made during the campaign, the ability to implement them would depend on various factors, including congressional support and legal restraints. Now, let me get to this mind stuff because people are all tense. Here is cited research. The 2024 presidential election results have clearly caused some strong emotions for many Americans. Here are some strategies, people, to help manage your mental health and cope with election-related stress.
Oof.
Now, if you got election-related stress, this will work. But if you got any stress about changes, hear me well. It says acknowledge your feelings.
Yes.
It's normal to experience intense emotions after an election, regardless of the outcome. Allow yourself to feel and process these emotions without judgment. Whether you're feeling disappointed, anxious, or relieved, recognize that these reactions are valid. Let me tell you personally, my personal journey. One of my biggest problems is not acknowledging my own feelings.
absolutely.
And at times wearing a mask
Yes.
so that everybody else is happy
Yep.
and I'm not bringing them down, and living a life of acknowledge your feelings in private. Don't ever say that you're not okay. Don't ever feel bad. To hell with that.
Yes.
Throw
Absolutely.
it out the window.
Throw it all the way.
When I feel bad, I'm not saying I tell it to the world, But if I don't feel like it, I don't feel like it. If I need to stay in the house, I stay in the house. If I need time to myself, I take time to myself.
Absolutely.
Acknowledge your feelings. You are not bad because you feel some way. People train you. You allow people to train you to not feel bad. Yep. Oh, it's going to be all right. I hate when somebody tells me in the midst of having some type of anxiety, it's just going to be all right. Oh, just pray about it. I believe in the power of prayer.
Oh, absolutely.
But I also believe in coming to grips with your feelings.
And you're absolutely right, because we talked about the situation when I had a player crying on my shoulder.
Yes.
All I said to him is feel everything.
Feel it all.
Go through the process. Don't cheat yourself.
Yep.
Feel everything, because you're gonna cry in this moment.
Yep.
You're gonna try to accept it later.
Yep.
You're gonna laugh about something later.
Yep.
And then you might cry again. Feel every single piece of it.
Feel every piece. Acknowledge your feelings. Take care of your physical health. Stick to your regular sleep schedule if you have one. Engage in physical activity or exercise. Eat nutritious.
Yes.
Avoid using alcohol or drugs as coping mechanisms.
That's a big one.
That it is.
That's a big one.
Because you just want to numb everything. Yep. And even like eating, going out and getting a whole lot of fast food and a whole lot of snacks.
Weighs you down.
Limit media consumption. If you ever want to get depressed, stay on Facebook all day. Something sooner or later is going to take you somewhere. And that's why, and I tell people this all the time, and will you all please spread the word? If you want to get in touch with me, the place is not in my inbox on Facebook.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Once in a while, I've had people literally inbox me about a death of a family member and say, like, call me. My uncle died and we want you to do the funeral. That's not the right way. No. Church is open every day.
Every day.
Except Monday. Call. There's an emergency pager 24 hours a day. But people might see my presence on social media, but don't realize
mean I'm there.
When I post, I look at a few things that's an algorithm to keep conversation, and I'm out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not living my life looking at everybody else's life.
Yeah.
Limit media consumption. Set specific times to check news updates. I used to be a newsie. I still watch world news.
Yeah.
Got sick of that, so I stopped watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Start binge watching some other stuff.
Yeah.
Below Deck. I was watching.
I was not expecting you to say Below Deck.
Oh yeah, I started watching Below Deck. Love Below Deck.
Now here's what's funny. I don't really do reality TV.
Yeah.
But if Below Deck is on, I have
Bruh.
quite a few episodes in a row.
Bruh.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm binging right now. I started watching Below Deck Down Under.
Yeah.
On Bravo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was watching Love After Lockup. And I still what I was. Look, if y'all saw the look my grandson
I know
just gave.
he looked so disappointed.
Like
at us.
disappointed. No, I ain't
Absolutely
watching it. Which
not.
one? Is that the one everybody's scared of?
I have no idea.
They scared that a demon's gonna come out of the TV if you watch it.
What's the
I
name
did
of it?
watch the thing.
What was?
I'm so sick of people. If you watch the movie, you opening up a portal. Stop it. Stop.
Oh, jeez.
Stop. First of all, show me all that in the Bible.
Now, I don't believe in the portal stuff, but the tradition I came up in,
Yep.
why I don't watch scary and horror movies is I can't be entertained by something I'm trying to cast out.
Okay.
So that is why I don't watch it. But the whole something's gonna jump out to the TV. Yeah, that's all I watch.
So I don't watch horror movies either because I'm in that big tail house.
you
Dude, and I got the stereo surround and
Yeah,
all
you
that.
start hearing
I
this
ain't
shit.
about to watch no scary movie. I already got bats
I
in
was
the
gonna say you got
belfry.
bats.
So check this out. I'm watching Love After Lockup. I was like, I'm tired of seeing that. They all in love in jail. They get out of jail. They fall apart. I'm like, I don't want to see this.
No, absolutely
I need to see something happier. I was watching it the other day.
Oh yeah.
I ain't watching that. I want to see something happy. And at least on Below Deck, they happy. And the people on the ship and practice mindfulness and relaxation. Try deep breathing. Use grounding techniques like focusing on your 5 senses. And you want to know what else works? And this is the truth. Writing for me.
Yeah.
For me, it worked. Like I'm writing this book. I'm about to share. So the title, if it stays the same, is the day I decided I didn't want to go to heaven. That's the title.
Yeah.
The day I told God I don't want to go to heaven.
That's good.
And one of the portions, so I've chronicled everything, almost everything, and one of the parts, I'm gonna go to it. I'm gonna so I think some of it I can't. So this is from 7/8/24. When I laid face down on the carpet during 24 hours of prayer, I felt a relief that was the beginning of my road to healing from embarrassment, disappointment of having been falsely, and I'm going to stop there because, although I am better, I am still living with a paranoia, and I go into that. And so I'm sharing that. So, by the way, I don't need 28 emails. It's going to be all right. I already told you. I'm healing.
I'm on the other side of it.
Right. I'm on the other side. But I am willing to share with others so that because people say, how do you do it? I'm going to show you how I did it. And I'm going to show you that there were dark days.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that there were some dark nights and that there were some hard roads. And so writing for me has been one of the things, because things I can't say, I can put in paper. And then when I go back and look at them, I'm like, wow, this is what you lived through.
And I was going to say, and because we've been open, so even when I started seeing my counselor, the first thing he said to me, my first 3 sessions is, hey, did you get to a doctor yet so you can get checked up?
Wow.
Did you get to a doctor yet so you can get checked up? Because almost to even some of the earlier points, there could be underlying things in our body causing us to be triggered or feel certain kind of ways. But we just think, no, I'm good. And that last time I went to the doctor and 12 years ago, they said everything was normal. But no, you literally could be having issues in your body that are controlling that.
Absolutely. And I'm working out a contract right now. I'm not going to say with who. We used to have a contract with mental health specialists. We have Best Self here. But we're going to go ahead and pay someone to be here, be available, because we were working. I think they don't have the grant anymore from Best Self, but it's so important for people, because there have been days where I'm like, I need to talk. I got to talk. Because talking to this couch and talking to these pillows ain't working, because pillows don't talk back.
No, they don't.
They don't say nothing.
Great listeners, but they
really listen well, and they don't tell.
And they don't tell us so.
Connect with supportive people. Have conversations about your feelings. Avoid heated debates if they cause more stress.
That's big.
Focus on what you can control. Channel your energy into positive actions.
Yeah.
And then seek professional help if needed. If you're struggling to cope or experience a prolonged distress, all of us have distress.
Yes.
All of us have anxiety.
Yeah.
All of us do. But if it is prolonged, don't hesitate to reach out to a mental health professional. Many therapists offer specialized support for anxiety and election-related anxiety. Remember, healing national division. It goes on, but blah. That's enough. My point is, don't ever think that when changes are happening that you're by yourself.
Right.
And there are days that I say, I'm not okay, and I mean it.
Right.
And there are days that I say, oh, today is a great day. And I try to shift more of the great into the negative. And here's the big one for me. I remove myself from negative people
all the time.
Without a problem.
All the time.
That doesn't mean I don't listen to their concerns, but you are not going to enter into my space and just try to bring me down. I don't let somebody come to me. People notice the boundaries. You're not going to come to me telling me what somebody said.
No. That's
not about me.
No.
What you want me to do with that? I always say that. What do you want me to do? Can I go back to that person and tell them you said it? Oh, no, I don't want to be involved. Then don't bring me darkness.
Yeah. And I think even, so I just shared with somebody, this is what I do on my job. And because, because you've been in that leadership role.
Yep.
As soon as you walk into a door, hey, you got to fix this.
Yep.
And you got to do this. And
Yep.
you got to. And so there's 2 ways I said you can approach it. You can either just keep walking and go to your office with the, hey, I'll come back and see you when I'm ready.
Yep.
Or I've done this to somebody on my job. They hit me like 3 feet in the door.
Yeah.
And I just turn around and walk back out.
Yeah.
And I said, and then I came back in like 15 minutes later and they were gone. And then evidently the issue fixed itself because it was not, like that person never came back. So you don't, just because something hits you doesn't mean you have to address it
Absolutely.
right there. If you're not in the right headspace, take a breather. Hey, if it's something that I have to deal with, I'll deal with it when I'm ready.
I know, and I know everybody doesn't have this luxury. I know when I got to leave the office.
Oh, absolutely.
I know when my attitude is about to affect what comes out of my mouth and how I treat somebody else.
Absolutely.
And I have at times been like, I'm gone for the day. I'm gone for the day. And I go do something mindless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go do and I used to feel so guilty about that.
You have to.
And I just don't anymore.
You know what's crazy? I heard the principal when we were at the school talking to the team, and he used these words. And I thought, because he was talking about, the grief process. And he said these words. He was like, the only thing I can ask you to do is think before you speak and act.
Wow.
And if you can't do that, just come sit in my office.
Yep, just be quiet.
And I was like, wow. Like, it like just the wherewithal to even get to that point. Like, if you can't think before you speak or react, then just go somewhere and be quiet.
Yep, just be quiet. So I hope we've helped somebody today. Thank you for all your feedback. Thank you to those on social media, to those on AM and FM, to those who are watching or will watch later. Listen, it ain't the end of the world if your candidate didn't win. Be kind to one another. And I've said this over and over in the last couple of days. Seek after peace. Be a peacemaker. And I'm telling you, everything is in the hands of God.
It sure is.
And until next week, power to the people.